What's up YouTube, it's Ryan G and I'm back again with another video, guys. Be sure to subscribe to my channel. I do a lot of different content throughout the week. I produce content on sports, I produce content on like whatever that's the latest news and headliners, right? Anything that's like really buzzing in the media and also on social media as well. But guys, there's a lot of great information out there, and I think it's really good that I'm putting out this content because sometimes some of this info is not accessible. I want you guys to know what's going on. But in this video, I'm going to be talking about some factors that you have to consider when you are committing to a school. Now, this can appeal to student athletes. This can appeal to anyone who wants to go on and pursue a college or university, whatever it is, right? Whether it's going to be a D1 school, D2, D3, or, you know, a big time university, or it could be a small college, private, public, it don't matter. This video is going to be very beneficial to you, right? And I didn't narrow it down to like top 5, top 4, top 3. I didn't do any of that. I was just pouring out some, factors in this video because, these are things that I think a lot of people got to consider before they commit officially to a school. When I mean by commit, I mean like, for sure you're going to be going to a certain college, right? For all the high school seniors, it's spring right now, and a lot of seniors are trying to figure out where they're going to be going. Either it's going to be a state college, community college, whatever, or even go to a university. Student athletes, right? Maybe you're trying to figure out, okay, which school is going to be giving you an offer, whether or not you're getting offers or not, or whether or not you're going to have to go through a JUCO level to be able to transfer. So I think this is going to be very beneficial. Now, guys, the first factor that I thought about is the location, right? When you are looking at a particular school, you want to make sure that you are picking a school that is in a location that you actually like. I know sometimes it might be tough, especially if you don't have that much options of schools that you can really pursue. But some schools might be in like a small town, right? Other schools might be in a big city. But it's really about what you're comfortable with as far as like what kind of environment you are used to, right? Some people might be from the inner city. Some people might be from like the suburbs, or maybe a metropolitan area where there's always things going on. So when you are going off to a college, to avoid that homesickness, you want to make sure you pick a school that reminds you of home. I remember, for example, UCF is more like in Orlando. I chose UCF because I wanted to have that big feel. Coming from a smaller college, right? I wanted to transfer to a school that offered, so many different types of things going on campus, the social scene, all that type of stuff. I'm going to be going into that soon about the social scene as another factor, but you want to make sure that you pick a location, pick a school that is in a location that you really like. You want to make sure you look at the demographics, or I would say like the kind of students that are going to the school, or the kind of people that's going to be at the school, right? Is there a lot of African Americans? Is there a lot of Asians? Is there a lot of Hispanics? Is there a lot of Caucasians, white Americans, whatever international students? So you want to make sure that you know exactly what you're getting yourself into, because I kid you not, there's times where a lot of guys that I know, a lot of homies, a lot of friends, a lot of people that I knew back in high school, they picked schools that they started the first couple weeks and they're like, man, I got to get out of here. I got to transfer out. It's because it's not really the environment that they really expected, right? Kind of do a little crash course real quick. So you have your, PWIs, predominantly white institutions. So these are your schools where, predominantly over 50% of the population might be white, right? And you have your HBCUs, right? You got the historically black colleges and universities. That's like Clark Atlanta, Spelman, Morehouse, a lot of those types of schools. FAMU, big one, Bethune-Cookman. So you got a lot of different types of schools out there. And then now they got the HSIs, which is Hispanic Serving Institution. So you want to do your research on that. There's so much that you got to know before you pick a school that you really don't like, right? Another thing is social scene. I kind of already, mentioned it slightly, briefly. But when it comes down to the social scene of a college, like whether or not there's things that's always happening on the university campus or college campus, can you easily find something to do, right? Is there a lot of organizations? Is there a lot of clubs? Is there maybe like a little niche you can find, a group of people that share the same common interests as you? It's always important to make sure that you're going to a school that you think, has the people that share the same common values and same goals and same ambitions. So a lot of times, sometimes you might pick a school because it seems cool, it seems fancy, right? It's a big time school, everybody's talking about it, but then you go there and you can't fit in. You don't find like people that really are similar in the way they act, the way they talk, the way they behave like you. And then another factor is scholarship amount, right? How much money is the school really willing to offer you? You know, I had this conversation all the time when I was a high school senior years ago. You know, I was getting, you know, partial scholarships and getting offers from a lot of big time schools, a lot of schools out of state. But guess what? I never had enough money to be able to go. It's not paying for my housing. It's not paying for my textbooks. They're giving me a partial amount, right? Which can't help me for 4 years if I wanted to go to the school. So that's the same thing. It doesn't matter what time period, what era you're in. You want to make sure that you're looking into a school that's going to cover at least a good portion of your tuition and that you don't have to pay out of pocket. Make sure that you are getting a scholarship that's decent, right? And if you are a student athlete, that you're getting a walk-on opportunity, which means that you're trying out, just make sure once you get that spot and you're in, you know for sure you're going to be set, and that the school is going to offer you money to be able to play, do whatever you got to do. Scholarship money is so important. How else are you going to be able to go to school, right? A lot of us are not really, I would say, rich to be able to, you know, afford a college education or even go on a college campus. So, you know, when you're coming from a certain type of background, you rely on that scholarship money to be able to progress and get to the next level. So make sure that you are getting a good amount of money so you can be able to stay at that college, right? And be able to fulfill your goals. And then, again, there's so many different factors. The most important thing, though, I think at the end, though, is just making sure that you go to a school that has the program academic-wise, degree, certificate, whatever you're looking for to, at the end of the day, be able to graduate and work. So even if you're a student athlete and you're trying to get to the professional level, there's times where things happen. You might get injured. You might end up not being able to be on the radar to be able to make it to the next level. So you want to always have a backup plan. So you want to pick a school that offers that degree program or certificate that is going to benefit you, right? You're going to be able to make some money after you graduate from the school. So, you know, these are all the factors, guys, that I can think of, right? If there's any other factors, any other things that you think is very important that people got to consider before they go to a college, a school, whatever, whether you're a student athlete, whether you are just trying to go to college or whatever it is, drop it down in the comment section about it down below. I think a lot of people do need help with this, especially when you are a high school senior. But guys, even if you are a freshman, even if you're a sophomore, junior, it don't matter. You still want to think about these factors. But by the time you are ready to leave high school, at least you know from ahead of time. Be sure to subscribe to the channel if you liked the video and you thought it was pretty insightful and helpful. Just let me know.